Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Captain Foley, and today we're looking at something kind of cool. At least I think it's cool. Hopefully you will as well. Last time you saw me, I was looking at little starships, fastened miniatures, micro machines, stuff like that. Today we're looking at something a little bit different. They're all in here. There's a Federation class dreadnought right there. These are 2500 scale models, essentially. I do have quite a few. These are called Cadet series from Polar Lights, but we're going to take a look at these ones and maybe some other ones that I have, and we're going to just continue our look at mini starships, because why not? I do have quite a few more out there in the house, which we might take a look at a future date as well. But today we're going to focus on these ones and maybe my Polar Lights ones that I've already built. We'll see. But stay tuned and check out the video. Hit like right now. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Click the notify button so you get notified when I upload. Do all the things. And let's get into the video. Let's take a look at my case. All right, we're going to start by taking a look at my 2500 scale Cadet series ships that I built. And I'll just start at the beginning here. I don't have the NX-01. I got this set before that one was included with it, so I don't have the 2500 scale NX-01, but these are ones I built and painted myself. They are a little dusty because they are on display in the other room, but anyway, so we have the Constitution class here, the classic TOS Enterprise, in all its detailed glory. Now the mold is the old mold, so those windows don't match, but the new decal set that they have, they're correct windows. So I didn't fix that when I built it. These are rather small, so it's kind of hard to see that detail unless you're up close and personal. But yeah, there is the 2500 scale TOS Enterprise. Right there. And just for comparison's sake, this is one I built 30 plus years ago, the original set of them. And this is how I chose to paint that one. I do have another video on the channel talking about these 2500 scales. It's one of my first videos on the channel. Shows obviously a different paint scheme on this one back then. And this one came with the Enterprise TOS one, the refit, and the Enterprise D. I do have those other models around, I just haven't got them out for the purposes of this video, but this one was close by, so I snagged it. So that's the difference that like 20 years of model making and all that can make. So anyway, that's those ones. Now these ones aren't the ones in the case, by the way. The case, we're still going to look at that soon. We're just looking at these first. Here is the refit. It's got that nice kind of pearlescent-y shine to it. But see the copper details there and the front of the warp nacelles. Got your chiller grills. They got hair on them. Dust. Yeah, that's the detail on this one. Looks kind of silvery here. It's actually not. It's pearlescent white, but painted a lot of the details that weren't decals as well. just because I'm a stickler for that. So there's the nacelles. Secondary hull. Again, that's the old mold where you can see by the airlock here, the old airlock mold is actually incorrect. So, but the new decals account for that, but you still have that, which I should have sanded off, in all honesty, if I wanted it to be super good, but so there's the refits. Then we move up to the Excelsior class Enterprise B. They have decals for the engines, but they didn't apply properly, so I had to touch them up with some blue paint. Registry. Trying to keep this as in focus as I can, but it's kind of difficult with this. There's all those massive impulse engines at the back. There's the side. There's better lighting. The bottom, I love copper details, so I did paint that copper in there. It's not supposed to be copper, but I do like adding copper details to all my models because it just looks good on these starships. There's the little deflector in there. So yeah, copper details on that were the cargo bay. On this one, of course, those front parts of the warp chiller are for the nacelles, copper color, and on the TOS Enterprise it is the deflector. Next up is the Enterprise C. Now there's some silvering and some air bubbles that got under these decals. These are huge decals that apply to the whole thing. And then of course I did do some paint over work on those. There's some copper detail pedal focus right there on the front of the bridge, as well as behind the bridge there. And on the side of the nacelles, where sometimes it's painted yellow, but I chose to go for a copper. Got your reaction control thrusters there. I did all the windows black, which is kind of a mistake. I should have done some white. But you got the escape pods, got the nacelle detail with all the blue striping on it. This side has a proper NCC 1701. This one got damaged when I was applying it. So, yep, tried to fix that. Didn't work out so great. Secondary hull. Struts, you got Enterprise there. Enterprise over there. Back, you've got the shuttle bay in gold. Gold. Apologize for the dust and cobwebs, but it is what it is. Not missing the impulse engine like the Eagle Moss one. It's right there. The bottom. Again, not super happy with the silvering of those decals, but it's very hard to get all the air bubbles out of these because they are such large decals that have all of this markings on them. There is the deflector, which is dusty. But yeah, phaser strips and everything. This is the other one I did, the AMT kit, which again has the same copper details on it, but this is a much larger scale, of course. And there's that coppery detail back there at the back of the bridge also. But yeah, that's the big one. And that's the little one. Next up, you got the Enterprise D Galaxy class. Again, decals for all of this. And it's got a little bit of a high shine to it. I should have probably tapped that down with a matte finish, but I kind of like the gloss to it. There you got your bridge sky dome or sunroof, whatever you want to call it. What is this? Uh-oh, that's something that shouldn't be there. I don't even see it unless I zoom in on it. Huh, interesting. All right, well, don't know what that is. Anyhow, going to the back, you got the shuttle bay back there. I painted a lot of the details on before I applied the decals as well, like the phaser strips and whatnot, because yes, the decal had them, but they weren't super great, so just added a little bit of detail there. I have all of the impulse engines turned on, even though that's technically incorrect. It should be that main one. These ones are usually off, unless they're being utilized, obviously, which they never really are when it's connected. But there is the nacelle, again, using the copper in the nacelle there. Some more of that secondary hull detail. If we lift her up, there's more copper in the deflector that I put in. The underside details. And then the bottom of the saucer. That's the Enterprise D. Then we've got the Enterprise E, the Sovereign class. Again, huge decals for this, relatively speaking. I did add some detailing to the back windows here on the briefing room as well as the bridge. Painted those impulse engines. Yeah, added a lot of the window details. Not super happy with the way the shuttle bay turned out, but that's fine. Just love that these are all the same scale to each other. This 2500 scale. Nacelles. It's a mixture of paint and decals for that. You got the copper on the deflector there, which I prefer to the yellow. I think the blue and copper looks really good. That's kind of my own thing that I did. I love that this has some detailing on the bottom of the nacelles. Just those panel lines, I think, add a lot, because a lot of Enterprise E's don't have any detail there. And then the bottom of the saucer there. The captain's yacht. But yeah, those are the 2500 scale AMT Polar Lights model kits. To scale of each other. They're all 2500 scale, as I said. So while the Enterprise E is technically longer, it is not necessarily bigger as far as internal volume. But here you have them all in scale to each other. And it's just kind of cool to see, if I'm honest. All right, now let's take a look in that case. All right, here's the case, and I have some stickers, obviously, restricted access, main engineering, Federation class Dreadnought decal placements. That's on the inside, obviously. But Starfleet Academy, a bunch of other stickers. Welcome to Starbase 74. Anyway, so this is just a standard little trinket slash screw holder case thing you can buy from hardware store. And so you got Federation class Dreadnought, movie era with a bunch of different registries and ship names. Various other decal sets. The Abbey class destroyer. Which is upside down in that instance, but. And then some more of these miscellaneous ones. And then here is the case. Give you an overview of the case, and here you see it's just this, you can put these dividers wherever you wish, but these actually store really well in here. They don't get damaged, and that's kind of cool. So we're going to take these out and take a look at them right now. Starting off with this one. Now this one, I'm not sure which company made this. This might be a Johnny Lightning. But it's not, because that stand isn't. Oh, this is a company from Japan where I got this from. This was one that was mismolded, they said, so I got it for a good deal. But I mean, yeah, the bottom of the saucer is a little wonky. Then the one nacelle sits up higher, which I could probably fix, if I'm honest, but there it is there. And we can compare it to mine right here that I built. But yeah, same scale, 2500. So I'm just gonna put that back over there. And so yeah, that's the first one. Just a Repeat Enterprise. Now this is one of my favorite ships, the Andor class from FASA. This is an Andorian designed torpedo gunboat, and I just absolutely adore this design. This one I got from Shapeways, so it's a 3D printed material. It looks a little rough, feels a little rough to the touch, but I just love the Andor class. I had to get it. Showed this off in my last video as well with the FASA ships. Here you can see the secondary hull and the way that's all configured there. But yeah, an Andor class gunboat, and I friggin' love that design. One of my favorites. Next up is a 2500 scale Reliant. I'm not sure where I got this one from. This is clearly a model kit. This is one of the AMT Polar Lights model kits. I did not build it. It was just, I purchased it like this, probably in a batch of something. Somebody had tried to really bad glue work and damage to the decal. Plus they didn't paint the main body before they put the decals on, so it's kind of got like a less glossy look. Again, I'll pull in mine. Mine I paint before I put the decals on. And you can see I got that pearlescent under there, which really shines through, but those are to scale of each other. Again, I don't know where I got this, but obviously not completed painting. I could probably paint it. It's harder to paint them when they're assembled at this size, but I can definitely do something with that. But there is a Reliant. Next up, we've got a Federation class Dreadnought. Again, this one was painted with that pearlescent, so it's got that shine before I put any decals on. This is before I got the decal set, So I have started painting it. I've got the purple or the UV color for those inner chiller grills, which they should be. The top one's black, but I also have that copper at the front like I like to use. This one broke a few times, so I had to repair it. Yeah, there's the inner detail for the other warp nacelle. Got the top of the nacelles painted. Got that painted silver, ready to go. But yeah, Federation class refit is one of my absolute favorite ships. Now this one, the nacelles have sagged a bit. They should be obviously in line with the top one, but they have angled down a bit. But that won't be hard to fix. That's a subtle little adjustment. But these have broke a few times and been repaired. I still have to do some sanding to fix those. This is all before I knew that there was, or I could get a decal set for these, which I finally did get. And I'm kind of conflicted a tad because this has all of the decals for those chiller grills, which I'm quite proud of the paint job I did. It looks better in person, obviously. When you zoom in on stuff, it just looks like shit. But anyway, so will I use these? Probably, but that's it there. And it does come with a little stand, which I have a magnet put in, so he just magnetizes to the stand. That's actually a finishing nail, I believe, for that stand. And then I just embedded a little magnet in there, which, as you saw, it just clicks on and works. So, Federation class Dreadnought. All right, what's next? Next up, I've got these two Defiants. This is a regular 2500 scale Defiant from a Japanese company. It's got that slit stand, which is really cool. These are also mismolds or misprints, which I got a set of, like a bunch of these cheap because they said they weren't accurate or up to their quality standards. But honestly, I couldn't tell. So there's that one. And then of course the cloaked Defiant here, which is just the same thing in clear. Which I think is a bit of a cop-out when they just say, oh, it's cloaked, and they just print it in clear. But there you have those. Like, I want to be serious. Do you see anything egregiously wrong with this, that it would be not quality standards for, like, I mean, some of those seam lines at the back, right there maybe. But honestly, it looks damn good. Plus, all these can be fixed if they need to be. They can be repainted. You can have you can use epoxy to fill seams. Seam on this side's not so bad. Seam there's a little bit. And it doesn't really push together, so it would require a bit of work. But honestly, I think that looks pretty damn cool. Next up is another one of my Federation classes that I'm going to decal. I'm going to decal this one and not paint it. I continue painting the other one, a lot of the details on. I don't know yet, but here's another one. This one, of course, the nacelles are much more in line with each other, which is great. I just love these Dreadnought designs. But again, this is 2500 scale still, so it's the same scale as the Constitution class right here. So as you can see, the Federation Dreadnoughts are not bigger than the Constitution class by any stretch. They are the same. They just have some additional capabilities. So, but yeah, there is another Federation class that is ready to go. I don't have a magnet embedded in this one yet, but built and primed, just needs to be decaled now. Actually, it has to put, I gotta get the pearlescent coat of paint on there first. But Federation class. Then we have a refit. Again, ready to be painted, ready to go. Just a standard. Got some stains on there. Again, I don't remember where I got these or how I acquired these, because I also have a TOS Enterprise 2500 scale. It's that old kit that has the windows grossly misaligned and disproportionate in size. But I believe I got this one actually on the table for Iron Modeler, which is a competition we have at Wonderfest, where it has spare model parts on a table and you have a certain amount of time to build a certain a challenge, if you will. It's like Iron Chef, but with model building. So I found all the pieces for this and kind of took it. So, but they were all scrap pieces anyway. But anyway, so yeah, there's those two ready to go. The next compartment has this, which is just the bottom of a saucer. This is the 2500 scale Cadet series before assembly, so that's what it looks like. Still gotta file off the little things from the sprue tree, but that's all I have is the lower part of a saucer in there. Let's see what's next. Next up, we got this one, which is another one of the ones I got from Japan, which was this one. You can see why they didn't accept it and why it was a quality issue, because look at the strut and the nacelle there, very bubbly. But other than that, I mean, it's in fantastic shape. I think I got these off of Wish years ago. Very cheap to get these, whereas to buy the actual ones are quite pricey. I actually have some of the actual ones in the other room, but there you can see some quality issues. So this one I do see why they rejected it, but for the life of me I can't tell why they did that with the refit and the Defiants. So actually, let's just go into the other room real quick and take a look at the other version of this, how it should look. Maybe we can't, because I thought I had them on display, but I actually don't. I think they're probably in here somewhere. I've got a lot of Hallmark ornaments, which I should have probably looked at for Christmas. That would have been great, actually, a series of Hallmark ornaments for Christmas videos, but I really thought that they were up here. Because I got they might be upstairs. I got the TOS Enterprise and the JJ Enterprise side by side to kind of compare how good they are. And my 2500 scale ships all go back there, so that's why that's blank right now. All right, let's get back to the other room. Okay, jumping in. Sorry guys, editing Stuart here. I found them. This is the actual, what it should look like. You got the stand, class, Constitution, phasers, photon torpedoes, James T. Kirk 12500 scale. And over here you have the JJ Enterprise, which is actually a nice little model of it, much as I'm not the biggest fan of it. But anyway, this one, of course, says USS Enterprise, Star Trek Into Darkness, Constitution class, phasers, photon torpedoes, and then 1/6200 scale, which means this thing is fucking huge. Anyway, so this is the same one as this, and when you put them side by side, you can see the quality issues. So let me just do that real quick. So yeah, that's how it should look, and that's how this one does look. So this one I get the quality issues thing. Also, that's how the neck should attach. This one does not attach like that at all. Also, those struts into the secondary hull are very bulky. on this one, and then on the actual one, they still stick out a bit, but it's nowhere near as bad. Oh, it's got some paint issues. I think I did have to assemble these, so just it sticks out way further. So, but other than that, they are identical. They've got the little slit for a stand thing. It's actually amazing how much side by side they are different. The saucer as well, just the paint on that compared to that. One's just way more refined. Like, look at USS Enterprise there. It looks kind of sloppy. There it's nice and crisp. So, and yeah, this saucer keeps falling off. It's got some issues. I'm going to try reattaching it right now. Hold on one second. Yeah, you can see definite quality issues with these. Now, does it have a name of the company? CBS Studios. It's not saying the company. Huh. These also come with trading cards, if you will, that show the ship and look really nice. I also remember these did come, you had to assemble them, but there were only 4 parts. There was like the secondary hull and the neck, the saucer, and then each of the engines would slide in. And these ones just didn't quite fit properly. Whereas this one was a lot better. You got that for the good one, and this for the one that I bought in a batch of ones that didn't meet quality control. Plus the nacelle Bizarre collectors just look a lot crisper on this. That one's actually not pushed all the way in, but they fit better than these ones and just look better as a whole. So but anyway, that's those. I just wish I knew the company that did them. There's no markings on them to indicate. This one is missing some paint though. But still, a really nice little model. And I love those little slit stands as opposed to the bigger, bulkier holes or ball joints. Let me just put it back on the stand. And there we go. So yeah, this is the better Enterprise, I think, from Beyond. They slimmed some stuff down. Still have massive problems with the way that those nacelles are spaced. They should definitely be spaced more in line with the TOS, where it's much better spacing. But overall, I really actually like this JJ Prize, which, if you know me, that's saying something. But it's got a nice level of detail on it. Anyway, there they are. I found them for you, and yeah, you can see the quality issues there. So anyway, moving on with the original continuation from coming in from the next room. I apologize, guys. Actually, on my way back, I just passed, because it's on my desk, one of these. This is from the running press. This one was actually given to my buddy Ryan. So if you want a 2500 scale that kind of lights up, like the saucer lights work, and the neck, there's no lights on the secondary hull, but as you can see, those are in fact 2500 scale ships. So running press, you can still pick these up, and they come with a little booklet. They're really cool, and they do light up, so that's also very cool. This one was, like I said, on my desk. There's another one over here. I got these little ships everywhere. This is another running press one being taken care of by an Orion, well, by a Gorn and his Orion wife. It's not easy being green. All right, next up is a game ship. This is the Acula class, which we find in Starfleet Command video game. I'm not sure if this was FASA or not, but it's a destroyer, 2 nacelles, again 2500 scale. And I think some of the decals that I had showed you earlier are in fact for this. So yeah, interesting starship design. I like it. I like it a lot. Photon torpedo launcher on the bottom. All right. A Katinga. This one is also from that same lot that I bought of rejected ships. At least I believe so. This doesn't have this little slit stand in it. Maybe it's not from that. I'm not sure where I acquired a lot of these because they were years ago. But nice detailing on that. Looks really good. That is that's an issue. So yeah, it might have been with that lot. I don't know. Just doesn't have the same or any stand holder on it. So anyway, a Katinga, again, 2500 scale. Let's compare it to TOS Enterprise. Same scale. We've got this one as well, which I'm not sure of the class of this one, but it is another destroyer or scout. And it's got like an upper module there for weapons or sensors, one or the other. Not a full saucer design, but also comes with a, it's like photon torpedo launcher at the front there. So yeah, if you know the class of this one, let me know. I know, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Got this one too, which is like a TOS style Miranda. I do have Bizarre collector jewels for this that are in my one model toolbox thing, but I don't have them on obviously, but there it is. TOS styled. It's not a Miranda class. Can't recall the class of this one either. Anyway, let me know in the comment section. But very similar to the Reliant, just without a roll bar. And of course the TOS design. These I think I also acquired at the scrap table of Iron Modeler, but they're two, a top and a bottom to a saucer section, which I'll probably use for something at some point in the future. I also found these are the stands that come with those mismatch ones I got from Japan. They are all Enterprise NX-01. All of them. Don't know if that was the issue, but basically they've got these in there. You can put this stand thing wherever you'd like to display them however you'd like, and they got the little slit there which corresponds with the slit in the bottom of the ship. So anyway, yeah, all the Defiants, everything, they all came with these NX-01 stands. So those are all the ones that are in this case, but wait, there's more. Got a few more surprises for you. Hold on. I've got a Shangri-La class, which is the Shangri-La, Bill Krause's original design with the movie era engines, not the Titan, but, and this is the right scale for 2500 for the movie era. As you can see, it does have the movie era nacelles on it. Very much a misprint though. This was a 3D print that I got from somebody, and the nacelles have broken off multiple times and I've had to repair them. I need to sand and probably finish this at some point, but it can be Savik's Titan because she was captain of the Titan this class. And you've heard me say it, I love the Andor class. Well, here is a TOS version without a secondary hull. A little bit different engine configuration. They hang lower than the other one, but I still like that design. I think it's fabulous. This I got from Shapeways when it was still a thing. And this is not 2500 scale. This is smaller, obviously, but still a fantastic little design. Here's another Andor class I got from Shapeways. Now this one's odd because it has motion picture era impulse deck and nacelles, but more of a TOS vibe to the hull, the primary hull. But it is just the facet design with a little bit different attachment for the secondary hull. I actually prefer this one almost to the other one, but again, I just love that shape. That design looks so cool to me. So again, this one's not 2500 scale. It's a little bit smaller, and that's fine. But I really do just enjoy the hell out of these ships. That design is just so good. Let me know in the comments section what you think of the Andor class, if it's one of your favorite. And lastly, ending with Bill Krause again, we had his Shangri-La earlier. Here is his Endurance class. Again, this is the last thing I got from Shapeways. This is not 2500 scale either. This is much smaller because this is a bigger ship as a whole, but I just love the Endurance class. To me, this is what the Enterprise G should have been at the end of Picard. Just use the Endurance class design and gone from there instead of just repurposing the Titan. But if you know Bill, you know the designs he does, and I absolutely love this Titan, or this Endurance class. It's actually not Endurance class. This is the Essex class, but the USS Endurance. So anyway, there it is. That is the last one. I'll leave you on a Bill Krause kick right there. So hope you enjoyed. And I just wanted to show you how I have them displayed generally, but there they all are in chronological order, and also being to scale of each other is very cool. They're always back there, which is a great way to display your models. If you don't have stands or you don't have room for stands, just set them up on their nacelles. So anyway, let's finish up this video. All right, so there you have it, a tour of some of my 2500 scale or Cadet series ships. There are many others scattered throughout this house. Some are up in the ready room, some are in drawers, some are just in with the Hallmark stuff. I will, of course, look at those at some other point, but I didn't want to make this episode too long. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you check out my other FASA miniatures and micro machines video that I did last week. Check them out, please. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, which is the Captain Foley personal channel, as well as the Trekyards channel, where we talk about all things Star Trek, specifically ships, but also reviews and stuff as well. And also check out another video by me over here. I think I will link that last one just in case you haven't seen it yet. So until next time, I'm Captain Foley signing off. Have a good day, everybody. Bye-bye.